Hey guys, Sidz here. Welcome to this Hall of Fame interview, and I'm here with Rohan Sapra. And I remember Rohan, when you got into the community like last year, you were actually documenting your journey so beautifully, and all the transformation that you're actually going through. And I can see the outcome of that. The fruits are bearing now. You've made 37 lakhs in the last 9 months implementing the principles here. All of you here watching, he's a landing page ninja. He's got a community called Internet Marketing Ninjas with over 380 paid students, and he's trained over 2,000 plus people based out of Gurgaon. And what a transformational journey, Rohan, from last year, the same time to now this year, you clocking in these revenues. Did you ever imagine it was possible?
Not at all. And thank you so much, Sidz. The credit goes to you. I always talk about you inside my workshops, about you and other few mentors, Tony Robbins, one of them. People who really showed me the path. You definitely play a vital role, and it would not have been possible. It has been a phenomenal journey, like something that I never expected. And what I always tell people about Sidz, like, even though I'm a silver member in your community, but I learned digital marketing in 2016. That's how it started for me back in the days. And then I tell people that it was you, and it is you who showed me the scope, the caliber of this business, because that's what I did not realize. I always wanted to become a coach and trainer, and I have no coaching training background. Okay. Yeah. And then something that really hit me hard was that success leaves clues. And so on this note, I started to document every bit of whatever I was doing inside ILH, inside our community, because I was so determined this time, because I failed so many times in my past, because of my past failures, throughout my life. And I was so determined that no matter what, I don't care how many attempts I'll have to make, but I'm going to make sure that I hit it big this time. So, and I wanted to just become an inspiration. And today, when we are doing this, it feels amazing. I'm nervous also at the same time, even though, we do workshops and, hundreds of people are there, but, it's a different thing when I'm here with you today.
Super proud of you, Rohan. I mean, that really shows your commitment. And of course, Tony Robbins, all out massive action. And, it's taking that influence with you already knowing digital marketing for so many years. I think all you needed was just like a few tweaks and tinkering in your direction. That's it. I think otherwise you were probably going all over the place. And I know that situation in internet marketing, buying every tool, buying every product, all the product launches. And there are so many gurus out there who are pushing all kinds of products. So tell us about that journey. Like 2016, you got into internet marketing, and 2020 you came into, Internet Lifestyle Hub.
Yeah.
And then the things started to change. So knowledge-wise, skills-wise, you probably had all of that, with you, in terms of marketing. But what do you think were the things that were beneath what normally people see? Like what things shifted in you after coming into this tribe?
All right. So the biggest, you can say, eureka moments for me that hit me when I got into ILH were things that you always told, and you still do to all of us, to all the members inside, that your vibe attracts your tribe. That's one. The other is, you don't know, and this is something that you said once, that you don't need to be a master to start, but in order to become a master, you got to start. That's what you need to do. So things like these really pushed me hard, and they hit me so hard that there are no words. I can't really explain how. I cannot put this in words. And what I really thought of was, when I got into the community, I still remember that day when I made that transaction in the webinar, when I bought the course, the silver membership. And I had about 80,000 rupees in my account. Because of COVID, the salary was cut, incentives were not coming. I was in a job back then. Been in a job for 14 years before this. And when I made that decision of, even though I had 80,000, I've got to, put the food on table for my family, pay the rent. But I still took that leap because, one thing I learned, something that you said in that webinar literally changed everything for me. And you said something which was very simple for somebody probably, but for me, it was hard hitting. And that was, if you want to become like someone, just go out there and, join hands with them, probably hang out with them, or just, learn from them. That's all what you need to do. So you got to stop using your monkey mind, as you always say, and just follow it, just tell your mind to shut the heck up and just follow what somebody else is doing, because you want to live that life. Simple as that. So I took that leap, and a lot of things happened in my entire journey of starting from there. And there was a point, Sidz, that came that I had hit. So I failed 6 times. So for people who are watching this interview, I want you to know this, that I failed six times. And that's how consistent I have been in failing, you can say, before I had hit landing page ninja. And but there was a point where I had only 231 rupees in my account. And I always talk about this inside my workshop. Today, all my failures are my stories, and you just have to believe in universe that it's actually, life is not, as Tony Robbins also said, life is not happening, to you, but for you. So, so that happened. And this transition of me simply in respect to the mindset, when I so badly wanted to get into your gold or, diamond membership, but I did not have money. I was completely broke, and I just had to go out there and do it. And I was like, all right, whatever it is, this is what I know, and I'm going to just go out there and teach people that. And that's like journey in a nutshell.
Amazing. So those failures, that's the beauty about the whole training and coaching. Like every failure becomes a story to share, afterwards. And that becomes an inspirational message for somebody else. So you're going through 6 failures, coming in here. And of course, like making that, I mean, what I can hear from what you're saying is like you made it was a resolve. Okay, now this is it. I mean, no more failures. You resolved, and then you stuck to the path. And then tell us about after coming in, when it comes to implementation, the hackathons, and probably you already knew about the technology pieces.
Right.
But as you were implementing all the steps that I've been giving, like at what point did you start to see the results? I'm talking about in terms of response, or let's say even the income. At what stage did that start flowing in?
So in around August is when I joined the community last year.
Yes.
And then I was too quick in taking action, so I did not fall back. And while being in a job for the first 6 months, I was working 7 days a week. I was working 18 to 20 hours every single day. I used to give 10 hours to my office, and then 6 to 8 hours bare minimum to the freedom business model in your language. So I used to do that, and I worked so hard in that from August. In October itself, I did my first ever webinar. Okay. Nice. And so, but when I did that, I did with the way you teach in a hackathon. And the topic on that was I wanted to help corporate employees, become trainers and coaches. That's what I wanted to do, because I've been in corporate culture for over 14 years of my life. So I thought, I still think that they have great, immense talent that the world needs to know. And I thought I'll do that. So I did it. I made about 17 sales. I sold something for 2,000 each. So that was like 34,000, my first ever webinar. But something magical happened there. Even though it, to the world out there, it probably looked like a win, but for me, it was actually not a win. It was actually a failure. And why? Because all those 17 sales came from people I knew personally. And that's when I learned that you don't need to be emotional towards your product. You got to be emotional towards your mission, but not your product. And that's when it recalled with what you always say, you got to be flexible on the way you get there. But you need to be fixed on your mission. Your end objective should be fixed. But if it's a different vehicle for you, then that's all right. You need to be flexible. So I was very much emotionally inclined towards it. And then that's why I learned nobody's actually logging in. For about 2 months, I noticed nobody logged in, checked out the course, did not go through it. And I realized, I think this is not going to happen. I can't scale it. I can't go in the market out there. And then after that, in March, on 18th March, I remember the day also. On 18th, I did my first ever workshop with landing page domination, as I call it.
Nice.
And from there, everything you said, I did not follow exact principles to freedom business model, like pre-recorded all the courses. I did not do all of that, but I followed the things in essence. Like, for example, I did the landing page domination, the first workshop, with the paid workshop that I do. And I offered free consultation of 3 hours each.
Nice.
25 people. And every one-on-one consultation ended up lasting for over 4 hours. So even before I actually launched my whole bundle of courses and stuff, I already had the experience of 100 plus consulting calls with me.
Amazing.
And that 100 hours that I spent, which took me about 20 days to finish, but those 20 days got me the ideas of what I'm doing today.
Absolutely.
And
That's
and
what
I
it takes.
and I just followed because I remember you saying all of this. You have also done this, if I'm not mistaken. I think you've done 300, 400 calls during the
Yes.
days.
Yeah. That grinding phase. In fact, my son used to come and tell me, Dad, you're selling freedom business model. You don't have any freedom. I still remember that. I was like, just wait for some more time.
Yes.
But yeah, I know. See, you have achieved 37 lakhs now, and this has to do with some insane amount of one-to-one interaction that you've had. And
Yes.
so that took 20 days. Then what happened after that? Like, how did it evolve, and how did you get more clear on the next model? So you're doing a workshop model, one-to-one consultation, and then what happened after that?
So in workshop, the first workshop I did, I had nothing to sell. Okay. I just wanted to test the waters, and this time I wanted to hit the ball out of the stadium. Okay. I wanted to do that. So I wanted to first validate my idea. So I simply went out there because I know WordPress pretty well. And I thought that, I can teach people how to build landing pages on that. And maybe people would want to come and learn from me, and let's check it out. And I tried, and it worked. So after doing the one-to-one consultation, COVID hit me and my family. We all were down. So I had to pause stuff for about a month. But in this month also, I was working, even though I was, on bed taking rest, but I was still working hard. And I planned everything. And the first phase of launch that I did in respect to my bundle of courses, because of this 1 month gap happened, what I did not stop at was I continued nurturing the people who came to my first workshop.
Got it.
My VIP members. So I kept in touch with them. I kept guiding them. Even after doing the one-to-one sessions, I was down with COVID. I was still working, planning, but because I could not do anything because of COVID, so I thought I might as well just keep adding value. So I kept on doing that for about a month. And after that, everything was planned. Once I was out of COVID and I recovered, I then started recording, and I launched my first version of bundle of courses with 4 courses.
Okay.
Today, I have a total of 9 courses in that bundle.
Nice.
So I completely followed your principles. And that's again something that I teach and talk about with a lot of my inner circle students also. That something that I learned from you, being one of my mentors, is that you need to have certain set of principles like rules, the code of honor, something that you have to follow, stick to no matter what. So I stick to that, and I aim at adding 2 to 3 more courses on the initial, because I really want to become a success story maker, So I have a lot of people also in the community start to get results, and all of that is going good. So that's how it actually transitioned.
Brilliant. So your funnel now is still a workshop based funnel. So you bring them into a workshop. How long is the workshop? How does it go? And then how do you progress them up into your higher level programs? What is your overall funnel looking like?
So I do a 3-hour workshop.
Okay.
So after the workshop, I do a hot seat Q&A sometimes. So if we add that part of it, it actually adds up to about 4 hours in total, 4.5 hours. But 3-hour workshop primarily.
Weekends? Only weekends?
No, I do it on a Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Midweek.
So nice. I tried everything, Monday to Sunday. All the days I've tried.
Okay.
And Wednesdays, for whatever reason, for me works the best. So that's why Wednesdays.
Very nice. Okay.
So now I do data-driven approach is what I take. Nice. So I don't guess anymore. If this is what we need, then we need to test it first.
We are all split testers,
Yes.
Split testing is always there. So good. Yeah. So Wednesdays, you do the workshop, 4 hours. And then what happens? Where do you take them after that?
Yeah. So the workshop, and in the workshop, I talk about what I have to offer, the higher level of program. So what I do is even today I'm doing it. I offer with one-to-one consultation, just exactly as you used to do initially when you started. So you did it for about, I think 500 students.
I did around 500 one-to-ones. Yes. In the first 18 months.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm also actually walking on the same path, and I've decided that I'm going to keep offering one-to-one consultations till I hit the 500 mark in my inner circle community. And once that's done, then I'll push it to the next level when I launch. Yes. So I currently have no level 2, level 3.
Oh, okay.
So I'm actually traveling in a couple of days to Himachal for about 12-13 days, taking off. I worked so hard, and these 12 days is actually, I'm going with a lot of planning. I have books and I have some courses I'm going to probably upgrade to your membership as well. And I'm going to learn these 12 days, and I'm going to come back, and in 2022, I'm going to launch a lot of new things.
Amazing. So good. I mean, that shows just with a one level, with a lot of effort. You've achieved these numbers. Truly shows that you've put in a lot of hard work, and I can already see that. So probably Wednesday you do the workshop. Right through the week, your calendar's packed, just speaking to people, interact, conversations. And you know what, if you just continue on this trajectory, I would say next 6 months to 1 year, you will be in like in a zen mode in your niche, that like whatever you say, people will just get it. It'll be like at that point, and at the back of your head, you'll know exactly what the challenges are going to be there, and then the results will start to show out on a more exponential, growth curve there, more results coming in. So great, Rohan. I mean, there's been a great journey, very inspiring for all of you here watching. Just share your love, wishes, and congratulate Rohan for the effort and the commitment to the game more than anything else. And I like the way that you also adapted it. It's not just leading with courses. Even I tell my students right now in the hackathon, you don't have to just lead with courses. You can lead with workshop. You can lead with any other form till you get it right, and then you add that layer of courses to start creating more leverage down the line.
Yes.
So that's you're taking the right approach to getting that, getting solid on your niche and topic. So tell us about on your personal side, like what all has shifted personally. I know personal life after probably getting into full focus mode. Are you still working in a job? Like what all has changed on the personal side? Let us know.
That's where the major shift happened. Like today, if I look back and I tell myself, and this is what I was asking for, I used to pray to God and stuff, and I used to work hard for all of this, and today I'm getting this. But all of this bank account swelling and all of that happening is just like numbers. Like it's not the driving factor. Genuinely speaking, it is not. I just have to do it because we have to keep the show running. That's it. But eventually, everything else is what matters more to me. Like if I see the shift that happened from when I started, I still remember those first about 6 months when I was in a job and I was building things up side by side.
Yes.
And I don't know if you remember, but on October 8th, I remember the date as well. I reached out to you on email. And I asked you, says, this is what the scenario is. So let me, ask you this. And this is what I'm in such kind of a situation. And I'm in that phase where I have now given enough time to this business. And I feel that I need to quit my job because I can't sail on two boats at the same time. I can't do it.
Yes.
And I think this is it for me. I think this is my calling. So what do you have to say? Because this is my financial condition right now. And for whatever reason, you said, go for it. And that's all that I needed. And I just trusted what you said. And I thought probably you see something in me because usse pehle I had actually started documenting the journey.
Yeah.
Prior to that, prior to writing this email. So you were already seeing my efforts there.
Exactly.
So maybe that's something that told you that, probably he can push through. So he needs to know that you need to take that, risk.
Yeah, I remember that email. I think you had given your entire scenario and even some of your numbers, like what was failing also, what was.
Yes.
And you were at the tipping point. And when I just knew, I mean, at that point, I just felt, yes, just take that leap of faith. And I think now it's showing.
Right.
Yes. And so that was a big shift for you. And then what else has shifted?
Then the day when I finally said, when you said that, go for it. And that day was a very difficult day for me because I had to face my family and look into their eyes and tell them that I have no savings, no money to back up, but I need to take this risk and I have to make this decision for our better future. And I had to face the reality. So I sat with my family, my mom, my dad. My mom is like my friend. And, I talked my heart out with her. Even some angles, some offer creation ideas were given by my mother.
Nice.
And my wife is also, extremely supportive. Would not have been possible without her, of course. And I asked them that, what should I do? And they were scared. I will never in my life forget the look in their eyes. And they were so scared that, he's doing this again, because I failed in my past also in businesses. I've tested different industries. And like he's going in again, but I told them that I promise you, just give me 6 months. And I promise I'll leave no stone unturned. Just believe me. Okay. I just want you to believe in me and to support me for 6 months. Okay. And I need nothing else this time. And I'll make sure, I promise you I'll hit it. And after that, unless that I knew that when I started, again, failure started to hit. Okay. Back to back. So that happened. And emotionally, family, everything changed. Like I'm not the Rohan I was when I came to ILH. I'm a completely different person. I evolved with time. My mindset shifted from employee who's been into a job for 14 years to now running, a business, doing 7 figures. All of this it would not have been possible if I wouldn't have worked on my mindset. From moving from scarcity mindset to growth mindset would not have been possible. And all those things I did, writing down the goals here, then the goal cards, then staying a secret in the world. Even though I don't listen to them do staying a secret every day, but I still remember I counted days also initially for 82 days initially.
That's it. Yeah, you're fully rewired. Yeah, that's all you need.
Completely rewired myself, and I had to do it without thinking if it's going to work or not work or be judgmental about it. I just had to do it because you asked me to. That's it. Full stop. There's no other thinking on top of it. And everything changes. And then everything is so better now. Like, I filtered out people. I hardly have friends now. I don't get calls anymore. I had to say no to people. Now my family looks at me with a different level of respect, my brother. Amazing. And stuff, because they see, Rohan getting results and he's doing good. And they're also proud, and which makes me feel very happy when I see them proud, when I see them, it's that, okay, Rohan is there and he's doing good and they are so happy, and that makes me happy. So that's that. And another thing that happened in my personal, I would say, even though it's related to professional, but still it comes from my personal side. And that is, I was 17, almost about to turn 18 when I graduated from 10+2. And I wanted to study in this university, Amity University, back in the days. And pretty big, but very expensive. My family could not afford it. I come from a middle-class family. And I had to drop the idea, and I started working when I was 17, even before I turned 18. So I started work at petrol pumps, gas stations, malls, handing brochures to people, like literally hustled all the way up to here today. And just in the last couple of months, I got opportunities to take sessions for Amity University. So I've done like a couple of sessions.
That's a full circle.
Yes. And that's how tables turn. So whoever is watching, I want you to know this, that, I always say this to every of my students, and also to myself, that no matter what, just don't let your limitations define you. Because if your limitations become your definition, then you're not going to reach where you really have set your eyes on, because we all have setbacks and limiting beliefs, all of that. We just have to push through.
Amazing, Rohan. What a story. What a story. I think this is a true testimony that you change your thoughts, you can change your life. Everything starts from there, and you've proved it in your last 1 year's journey, and you're just getting warmed up. So I just want to say that I'm super proud of your results, and you're going to scale like amazing heights with what I can even perceive here, like with the attitude that you have. I mean, there's no limits to where you can go. So really wish you all the best. All of you share your love and wishes below. And those of you want to know more about what Rohan does, there's a link in my YouTube description. Go check out, attend his workshop, see how you can benefit from his whole landing page, workshop. I think a lot of our community members can benefit. And if you'd like to be a part of the Internet Lifestyle Hub, there's a link below. Go to sidz.co/join, join the community, get started, and experience this journey of transformation. Yes, it is not a journey, as my mentor Blair says, it is going to be an adventure, because in an adventure, there's an element of risk, and you got to be willing to go through that risk. Journey is like walking from here to there. Yes. But yeah, your life is an example of an adventure, Rohan, and there are more adventures to come. But the beauty is we are doing it together as a community. So there's always that support that's going to be there. So once again, wish you all the best. And I like to ask this question at the end, Rohan, is based on all your experience, your life experiences, all the programs you've attended in the past, and if you have to bring it down to one success principle, what is it for you? One principle.
It has to be mindset over skill set. It has to be that. And I always stand for it. I think we can achieve anything. Any skill set can be cultivated, any skill set. You want to learn a tool, you want to learn the aesthetics behind it, you want to learn a process, a system, selling, workshops, anything can be learned, provided you have the right mindset. If you set your mind right to it, you can achieve anything. And, this is with like less money, no money, to out here to now doing amazing and being here with you in Hall of Fame interviews, just like it's just looks like unreal. Like, how is this happening so fast? How soon? Like that's how I feel. And I every time when I said sometimes I go in that relaxed zone for a few days, and I'm like, I tell my wife that I think I need to work hard. I can't take breaks because I can't go back where I was. As simple as that. And all of this happens because I worked so hard on my mindset. And I read books, listened to podcasts. I just followed you. So I followed you everywhere. So I used to watch your YouTube videos. I used to watch listen to your podcast, all of that. And, I just followed one person, and that's you. And then because of you, I came across Tony Robbins, and all of that was around mindset. You also talk about mindset. Tony Robbins is all about mindset.
Yes.
So it's like that.
Awesome, Rohan. Thank you so much for sharing. Mindset over skill set, and keep that in your mind. And just hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and just watch for future interviews. Rohan, looking forward to interviewing you next in the Crore Club, because you're going to get your way there very, very fast. And that's going to be another magical milestone to cross, and many other mountains to cross together. So let's do it together. Super proud of you. All the best.
Thank you. Once again, one last time, before we end this interview, I really want to I want to take names of few people because they are really my backbone, and without them, it would not have been possible. So I want to really thank my wife. Her name is Megha. Megha, you watching this? I know you will when you're watching this. I want to thank you. It would not have been possible without you. This is just the start, and I've got long path ahead.
Long way to go.
Long way to go. And I also want to thank, of course, my parents, my mother, my father. I also want to thank one special person, and that's my brother. His name is Bhuvan. And when I was down, I could not afford my computer. I had no money, and because of my old laptop, I could not record courses, do workshops, and he helped me financially. Wow. So I will never in my life forget these people who stood by me when I needed the most. So just wanted to thank
Amazing. Thank you so much for mentioning that, and all of you here watching. That's what it takes. Yeah. Wish you all the best once again, Rohan.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you.